then somehow I just want to tell you about the little Caps boy. And I said, and Joe, I just have to give him the rifle because he can outshoot me. We got it shot in, and I drive and tax 50 yards, and I said to Joe said, Daddy, I believe I can do that. Poor little fellow had a headache. I've been praying for him, a high fever. He went out the range with me. Any 2/10 bore in a 22 rifle, if it crosses its line of fire at 25 yards, is in again at 50, just the same, if it's 2/10. So then, and I had shot it in at 25 yards, and so I had 2 more tacks, and I put up it. You know, Joe didn't drive both them tacks. I didn't have any more tacks, so I put a little bit of piece of an old clay pigeon had been bursted there, what trap shooters shoot at, just about 1/4 of an inch across, and tuck it out on 50 yards, and he cut it half in 2. And the scope was set for my eyes, just a few years older than he was. So he said, you know what, I've got to go by and tell Billy to keep off of my feet from now on. so I said, well, I'll tell you what, I said, let's go down and show Brother Norman that. I said, Joe, and matches across the world, I don't care who it would be, nobody. Now, the tacks wasn't drove sideways, they were drove straight through. And that piece, not over, I guess, 1/4 of an inch and a 1/16 thick and 1/4 of an inch high, he cut it half in 2 at 50 yards. I said, there's no one in the world could have made a better shot. Champions could have done the same thing, but you couldn't have made 3 better shots than them. The tack's not bent, just a straight hole through the paper where the tack went through. And I said, no one could have made a better shot. I think his headache left him right away. And I said, well, let's go show this to Brother Norman, which works for the Field and Stream, Brother Tony Stromey's sporting goods place. He said, let's go by Billy's first. He said, I just want to tell Bubby something. And frankly, his brother's never done that good. So he said, we go by there first, and just as I got in the door, Billy was still in his pajamas. And he said, we went out early because it gets so hot. And so he said, the phone rang, and I said, he kind of looked at me like I said, maybe a sick call. And it was Brother Caps for his boy in the operating room then, with peritonitis and that pending. And just now he told me his boy's recovering real good. So see how God just worked at even the voice of that little boy Joe, instead of going down to Brother Norman's, would have been there and come up, and Brother Caps and I joined together. I don't say it was our prayers that done it, but it did mean something to him for us to make contact like that. And frankly, that's what, when you've got to have faith in what you're doing, see? And that, his faith, the call, and Billy is putting in money. He said, this must be a real long distance. Said, he's putting in for $5 worth of change for a 3-minute call. And I thought it would be coming from New York or out in one of the islands or something, but he made a person-to-person call to get Billy instead of Lois, you see, and that's what it cost him to do that.